JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, murder suspect fatally shot in St. Elizabeth police confrontation. A man who police say was a murder suspect and wanted for robberies in St. Elizabeth was fatally shot during an alleged confrontation on Saturday in Top Hill near Junction. He is Christopher McKen, 27, a resident of Top Hill. Police sources say about 12:30 a.m., McKen and another man were traveling on a motorcycle when an attempt was made to intercept them. It is alleged that the men challenged the cops and McKen was shot during the incident. He was taken to hospital and pronounced dead while his crony managed to escape. Police said a gun was seized with 2 live rounds. Man shot and killed after allegedly pointing gun at police in St. James. A man was shot and killed by the St. James Police in Unity Hall in the parish on Saturday. Acting Senior Superintendent of Police in charge of St. James, Aaron Samuels, said the man, who remains unidentified, was shot after he allegedly pulled a Springfield 9mm pistol and pointed it at the police. He was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The incident occurred at approximately 10:40 a.m. along the Guava Walk Main Road in Unity Hall, where the police were on patrol. Samuels said the police tried to accost the man, whom they said was acting suspiciously. The pistol the man was carrying reportedly had a magazine of 7 live 9mm rounds. St. Elizabeth Lockup escapee found in bar. 7 remain at large. One of 8 inmates who escaped during a jailbreak on June 19 at the Black River Police Station Lockup was captured by the St. Elizabeth Police at a bar in Buena Vista near Myersville on Saturday. He is Richard Brown, a resident of middle quarters in St. Elizabeth. Brown was charged with robbery with aggravation. Police sources say Brown was at the bar sometime after 5 p.m. when he was apprehended. The jailbreak, which caused widespread debate, resulted in a shake-up of the leadership of the St. Elizabeth Police Division. Among the other escapees who remain at large is onward Kirky Hines, charged with a quadruple murder. Hines has been charged in relation to the murders of 4 farmers: Archibald Brown, 60, his brother George Brown, 57, Maurice Anderson, 40, and Ezra Wright, 73, in the remote community of Charlemont in St. Elizabeth on May 27, 2015. At that time, police had said he was believed to be the leader of a gang, which was a remnant of the infamous Stonecrusher gang. In July 2015, he was found hiding in the ceiling of a house in Hatfield, Manchester, and apprehended. The other detainees who escaped are Oral Cole, 31, from Comfort Hall, Manchester, Alric Hutchinson, 38, from Brighton District, St. Elizabeth, and Dean Simpson, 34, from Turnatop, St. Elizabeth, who were all in custody, charged with robbery with aggravation. Javon Sims, 25, from Copperwood, St. James, and Kenneth Stewart, 30, from Beacon Hill, St. Catherine, were both being held for murder, and Demar Williams, 29, from Gravel Heights in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, who is facing a shooting with intent charge. St. Anne man shot dead after vehicle runs out of gas. A man was shot and killed in Claremont, St. Anne, on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as 27-year-old Dane Watson of Hermitage in the parish. Police report that Watson was traveling in a white Toyota Crown motor car, but stopped at the entrance of the Lidford housing scheme after the vehicle reportedly ran out of gas. Lawmen say while Watson was at the location, a red SUV drove up and gunfire was opened at him, hitting him to the upper body. The police were summoned. When they arrived on the scene, they saw Watson with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. This is the second murder in the parish in less than 4 days. On Wednesday, 41-year-old farmer Sean Graham was shot and killed by gunmen in Pimento Walk. It's reported that Graham was at a shop in the community when men drove up and opened gunfire, hitting him. He died at hospital. Since the start of the year, approximately 55 murders have been committed in St. Anne. 5 men in custody after guns seized in Kingston. 5 men, including one who was wanted for murder, were arrested and a gun seized during an operation by members of the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force on Greenmead Road in Marvelly, Kingston 20 on Saturday. Reports are that the Joint Police Military Team conducted an intelligence operation at the location between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. During a search of the premises, a 9mm Glock pistol was found behind a mattress that was along a zinc fence. The men were subsequently taken into custody. One of the men, whose identity has been withheld at this time, was wanted for murder by the St. Andrew South Police. A bench warrant was issued for his arrest for absconding bail. Members of the security forces are appealing to citizens to continue sharing tips on guns, gangs and gunmen by calling the task force tip line at 876-224-4483, the JDF tip line at 876-837-8888 or 876-310-4139 or Crime Stop at 311. Your identity is not required to provide a tip. More murder charges for St. James man labeled serial killer. A St. James man, who the police admitted to murdering 2 homeless people in the parish capital, Montego Bay, this year, has been slapped with 2 more murder charges. 25-year-old Ronaldo Ricketts of Westgate Hills in Montego Bay has been charged over the deaths of a woman and a man. The police have branded him a serial killer. The woman, who remains unidentified, was found with stab wounds on Jimmy Cliff Boulevard in the parish on July 28. Her body is of dark complexion, slim build, about 5 feet 8 inches long, and has black and grey hair. The woman appears to be in her 60s. Her body was clad in a white blouse and multicolored skirt. The man, 20-year-old Leonardo Lewis, otherwise called Raheem or Akeem, of Breadfruit Road, Catherine Hall in St. James, was found by residents with stab wounds on Church Lane on August 9. The police were summoned and was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Last Thursday, Ricketts was charged with the murders of 2 homeless men. In a statement on that development, the police said Ricketts provided a caution statement to detectives in the presence of his attorney, admitting his involvement in several murders in Montego Bay. 13 Jamaicans among foreigners incarcerated in Christ District, Haiti. A significant number of foreigners, including Jamaicans and Colombians, have been incarcerated in Christ District, Haiti on several charges, including drug trafficking and murder, with many of them not knowing if they'll ever appear before a court, a senior police officer in the country has said. Even though the list is not exhaustive, we can count at least 52 foreign nationals in our jails in Haiti, most of whom have been detained on drug and murder charges, said Police Inspector General Pierre-René Francois. He told the Asian Caribbean News Network, HCNN, a partner agency of the Caribbean Media Corporation, CMC, that the 52 foreigners, including 7 Colombians, 13 Jamaicans, 10 from the neighboring Dominican Republic, and 2 from the Bahamas, have been detained in several detention centers in Haiti, where at least 142 inmates were killed last year, many by cholera and other infectious diseases. A number of the Colombian detainees were accused of involvement in the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse, the police inspector told HCNN. The other foreign nationals in jails across Haiti are from Uruguay, Bolivia, the United States, Cameroon, and Nigeria. There are 5 others whose nationalities are unknown. Penitentiary officials said relatives of several of the detainees have contacted them through their respective embassies or consulates to learn more about their conditions. Police crack 2-year-old murder as dark side and genocide gang tensions simmer. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF has cracked a 2-year-old murder case linked to the 2021 turf war between the dark side and genocide gangs. A Raytown man has been charged with murder that occurred at the height of the gang conflict. While the police actions may help close one of the bloodiest chapters in the history of Parade Gardens, there are fears that some are trying to reopen old wounds. By all accounts, Nazim Brown wasn't involved in the gang conflict, but on Wednesday, June 9, 2021, he became a casualty of the feud. Reports are that the 55-year-old was at home at Rum Lane and Barry Street when he was approached by a man on a motorcycle who opened fire. At the time, residents say Brown begged for his life as he was executed in a gang conflict that garnered national attention. Community sources said that Brown was targeted because a close family member was allegedly involved in the killing of Danville Hamilton days prior. 6 days later, the community mourned again when a sound system operator, affectionately known as Blah Blah, was killed in an apparent reprisal for Brown by armed thugs posing as police. Estimates at the time indicated 15 people were killed in a 3-month span from April to June. but it appears Brown's murder has been solved. The police say they have charged 31-year-old Andrew Robinson from William Street in Raytown with Brown's murder. On Thursday, the Central Kingston Police also charged Robinson with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Robinson has also been slapped with a wound with intent charge relating to a January 2021 stabbing on Potters Row in Kingston 16. While the Brown family may be about to get closure, tensions have again begun to simmer in Parade Gardens. On August 2, a 54-year-old shopkeeper was murdered in the early morning on Gold Street. Reports say that the murder may be a reprisal for a shooting days prior. 3 men have been charged with that murder. They are 20-year-old Quan Dawson, otherwise called Crocs, 20-year-old Delano Anglin, otherwise called Hoodie, and the 23-year-old Anthony Jackson, otherwise called 40. On August 25, a man known as Rumpy was killed at the corner of Rosemary Lane and Sutton Street. Community sources theorize his killing is gang-related. The day before, 30 people, including Sunshine Girl Latanya Wilson, were left homeless following an arson attack, another gang-linked incident. Jitters are starting to creep into the residents of Southside and Tel Aviv. Some fear a zone of special operations that's been in effect since January 9, 2022 may be losing its effect. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.